If you want to learn how to change the oil on the rear differential and the transfer case in a 5th generation Toyota RAV4, then stay tuned. This video is for you. It's been a long time since I made my last video. Just been busy with life and been super blessed. But today I have a project underway and I thought, let me just grab some video of this and maybe it'll help some of the people that subscribe to me or some new people, you just never know. But I am changing out the oil on the rear differential and the transfer case on a 5th generation Toyota RAV4. And more specifically, what I have with me today is a 2021 LE all-wheel drive. And with all that said, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I have 4 jack stands. I got 2 on the passenger side and 2 on the driver's side here. The jack point, it's right there. That's the jack point. On the rear of the vehicle, the jack point, it's going to be right here. When you're setting up your jack stand, just be sure that you set it on the pinch weld. The differential, rear differential is right here. The fill plug is right here. Let's see if I can get to it. It's right where my finger is touching. Drain plug is going to be on the other side of this. And we'll look at this here in just a minute. It's going to be right about where my finger is, right there. I'm actually touching it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to ensure that we can loosen up this fill plug. That's really important. Don't think you're going to do the drain plug first, because if you do that and you can't get your fill plug off for whatever reason, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So go after your fill plug first. In order to loosen that bolt, you are going to need a hex like this, and this is a 10 millimeter. Now I just picked this up from Harbor Freight, but you can get these from a lot of different places. And I have a 3/4 inch ratchet right here. And I'm using a little extension because we have the exhaust pipe in the way. And so this will allow us to get in there with this and loosen that up. All right, we were able to loosen up the fill plug, and it was on there. It was a little tighter than what I would expect. The torque rating on this, when you go to tighten this back up, is 29 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and see if we can loosen up the this drain bolt here. So this seems to be just as tight. And I'm gonna have to really kind of torque down on this one, I think. That was stuck on there like the other one. It tells me that this has probably never been changed. Just got a drain pan right here that we're gonna put underneath and catch this fluid. Should be about a 1/2 quart. It's going to come out here, so let's just go ahead and take this out and see what we've got. I'm going to show you as well right here. It's magnetized here on the bottom. It's really intended just to grab a little bit of debris right here, which you can just kind of see on here, and that's normal. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off and remove the fill plug as well, get that cleaned up, and we'll go from there. I clean these off with a little bit of brake clean, and you can see the drain plug right here. It's much cleaner, and the little black that you see right here is the magnet. So if you take this, see, again, this is all by design to catch any debris that sits at the bottom of that differential. And of course, this is our fill plug up here. A quick note on the new crush washer is when you look at it, you'll see it's flat on one side and then it's mushroomed or beveled on the other. That flat side right there is going to go right here against the bolt, and the bevel side goes up against the mating surface. I just went to a Toyota dealership, and you can see the part number right here. I picked up 4 of them, so we're going to need 2 for the back and 2 for the transfer case. I got my torque wrench here, and it is set to 29 foot-pounds. You're going to need a 75 W85 oil. Now, I've got Redline right here. I think Valvoline makes one, and obviously Toyota will make one as well. And there's probably some other manufacturers out there. I also have an oil pump right here. Now, I just picked this up from Harbor Freight, and I've also got this little container off to the side. Now, the reason for this is because this pump will not natively fit into this. We only need about a half quart in the rear differential, and then we're going to need about a half in the transfer case. So I actually have two of these right here, just because I anticipate I'm probably going to need just a little more than 1 quart to do both of them. Take a moment and just ensure that this is all wiped down and that the surface is good to go and clean. I'm just going to start the threading by hand. And you want to be sure you don't cross thread this. This is a 1/2 inch torque wrench with a 3/8 adapter on it. There you go. You hear that? I'll hit it again. There you go. So that is 29 pounds. I'm going to show you this tube and how this is set up here. At the tip of this tube, it's got, it's got this black kind of retaining clip on it, and it seemed to help a bit. You can see maybe I've got that inserted into the fill hole right there, and you can see the retaining clips kind of on the outside of that tube that help to hold it in. What's going to happen, and what we want to see happen, is we want to fill this up so that fluid starts coming out the hole. And when it comes out the hole, you're going to let that drain just a little bit, and that's it. That's considered full at that point, and we'll be good to put the bolt back on it and torque it down. I'm starting to pump right now. I put a light down here because I thought this would help us, and it does. You can see the black retaining clips on the tube right there, and it's going right into our hole. Now, I'm going to continue pumping. You can see that there's some oil in the tube, but again, the goal is to see it come out the hole. That's what we're looking for right there. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take the tube out. Now, keeping in mind, there's a lot of oil still in this tube. Just using some towels here and wiping this down. I finger tightened the nut right up in here. And I'm going to put the torque wrench on it. And we're going to tighten it down to 29 foot-pounds, just like we did on the drain bolt. As we tackle the front of the vehicle, just want to let you know it is the next day. You can kind of see we got some sun coming up and the birds are chirping out here. Right here is the access panel, and we're going to have to remove this. I'm using an ultra wide angle on my phone right now because I think it's tight here, and I want to be sure we can get under here and see the transfer case, which is right here. And right here is our drain, and right up here is going to be our fill. And it's going to be kind of tight as I can see this in here, but the first thing we're going to do again is loosen up our fill, because you always want to ensure you can get that loose, and then we're going to go after our drain right here. Just a quick note here, I took a few moments and took off the bottom cover here. You can see it, it's on the ground right in front of me. It was really, really tough to get to that fill bolt with that cover on. And it's got, a number of plastic fasteners and some bolts, but it's doable, and it's worth the time to get that off because it made getting to that fill bolt much easier. I was able to get there and break it free along with the drain bolt. And with all that said, let's go ahead and just start draining the oil out of our transfer case. There we go. I got our plugs out and cleaned them up with a little bit of brake clean right here. And I also put new crush washers on, just like we did with the rear differential. We had some gunk on here. I went ahead and cleaned that up. It's just like the back, though. It's to be expected. No big deal. Wipe all this down. Nice and good. Be sure we're clean. Be sure the mating surface right here is free of any kind of debris. Keep in mind we are set to 29 foot-pounds. Here we go. There. That gives us 29. Now we're going to fill it. Similar to before, I've just got my fill tube right here. My pump is kind of off to the side of the camera. So I'm going to start pumping. When we get full, it's just going to start dripping out. You can see we have a good drip going here. We're going to put our bolt back in here. I decided to go get my 3/8 torque wrench because I could feel for it as well, but this wasn't too difficult to get, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. And this is plenty of room, actually. It's a little tight, but the 3/8 torque wrench with the 10mm hex, it's fitting. And that's not a stubby either. The stubby would be nice, but I couldn't find a stubby. There we go. 29 it is. At this point, the rear differential and the transfer case oil have been successfully changed, so that's always good. Next step for me is just to put that panel on the bottom, which is really no big deal. I hope this video helped you out, and if I had maybe just a couple of tips here, I guess one of them might be to ensure that you have 2 quarts of oil. Now, you're probably going to need 1 quart. That's if everything were just completely dialed in. But as you can see in the video, there was some spillage there and just kind of some additional throughput. So you're going to go over that quart and maybe go into 1 1/4 quarts. It just all depends on how much extra you spill out. The other thing is probably to pull off that entire panel on the bottom, not just the access panel to the oil pan, because that was really tight. And the bigger panel isn't too difficult. Just, again, a lot of those little plastic nails and a few bolts in there. And really that's about it. The other thing is, I've got I use the jack stands here, but if you had wheel ramps and you had 4 of them, you might put 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and then drive up on it. It'll just give you a little more clearance. But with the stands right here, I was able to make that work as well. It's just a little tight. If you're kind of claustrophobic, you might feel that. So again, I hope this video has helped you out. Hope you enjoyed it, and if so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. It's called Real World. More often than not, I post videos about photography and technology, but you never know. So until the next video, take care of yourself and be safe.